Hey guys, we did it. We actually did it. We got to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you so much to everyone who's been watching my videos for a long time. And even if you've come very recently and you've subscribed recently, thank you very much for all the kind comments. Thank you to everyone who has featured in my videos, has given me tips and advice, and also helped promote the channel. Anyway, today's video, my car's out of action. I dropped it off at the shop on Friday and I'm without a car for the weekend. So I thought, why not make a video where I try and get around with my bike instead of a car and see how worthwhile it is. So luckily for me, I live very close to public transport. So for some things like going to the city and getting around further locations, I'm just going to catch the train and the bus, and there's no point in me videoing that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to video all the bits where I ride a bike around. So and I'll show you a couple of the things I had to tackle to get through that. But the first thing I need to do is there's no point having a bike if you can't carry anything. So ages ago, I bought a pannier rack. I think it's a Tetra rack from, let me check. It's the Tetra rack from Topic. It's a unique one where you use Velcro and like an Allen key system to put it on. You can essentially put it on any bike, even if it doesn't have a mounting. So that's perfect for me because the Cannondale Slate is a bit of an odd bike. It's 650B and it doesn't have like proper mounting options. So this is something I'm going to try and we'll see how it goes. So let's get on to mounting it onto the bike. Now the problem with my dogs is that they're very good at walking to the park, but they're incredibly stubborn coming home. And so I'm trying to come up with a solution to get him there and back. So what I've done is I've got my pannier rack. I've put a basket on, got a little towel in here. He's going in the basket and then I'm just gonna tie his lead onto the edge here so he can't jump out or anything like that. Let's see how it goes. Heavy. Come on, buddy. Let's go. All the way, Wilbur. All the way, Wilbur. How you feeling, Wilbur? So it's going okay. He's a bit nervous because he's never done this before. There he is. But we've made it to the park and unfortunately all the fields are being used for soccer right now. I'll be honest, I've never ridden these back roads before, but the signs on the street said this is the bike path, so here we are. I love discovering some new paths. Try not to go too fast because one, I want to make sure this pannier rack stays intact, and two, I don't want to spook Wilbur. I've lived in this area for 5-6 years and I've never been here before. I think we're behind the station, behind St Leonard Station. Oh. So, I don't know if you can hear that on the camera there, but that sound, that boop sound is the the weight of the basket pushing the pannier down, and it's making contact with the back wheel. So let's not go over too many bumps on the way back. This is the same problem I had with Ollie. He's a bit heavier than Wilbur, so I thought it would be okay since Wilbur's lighter. So we're taking the back streets of St Leonard's now to get home, and this experiment is not going too well. The rack has definitely shifted down and every single pedal stroke is making it rub against the wheel. Wilbur seems unfazed though. Alright, the no car saga continues. I am riding right now to Chatswood for dinner, and actually worked out pretty well. Like there's no trains right now because they're using train replacement buses. They're doing some track work, so actually works out quite well that I've got the bike all set up and ready to go. Whoop. Someone just tried to run me over. Anyway, I'm using the brand new cycle path that runs next to the Pack Highway. And this pretty much goes all the way to Chatswood. So I'm riding on the slate, still got the rack on the back. I put my some shopping bags in there, buy some groceries. Tell you what, I'd rather be on a bike than sitting in one of those cars in traffic. Alright, Chockers Saturday night, heading to the city, heading to Chatswood. It's crazy, so many people. Did not think it'd be this busy. Whoa. This isn't the smoothest bike path in the world. There's lots of ruts and divots and holes for utilities far out. I'm getting launched out of my seat every few seconds. Almost at Chatswood. That's the buildings up ahead there, Chatswood. Almost dinner time. Now, very upsettingly, my rear light has fallen off. Now, I don't know where it is. I'll have to look for it on the way back, but man, that's a pricey rear light. It's the Bontrager one, so it's like 90 bucks. So hopefully I find it. Otherwise I had a big loss for tonight. Also, it's the best light for the Madone because it's got a integrated seat post mount for it. Oh yeah. Alright. I've locked the bike up outside Chatswood Chase and Chatswood Mandarin Centre. Hopefully that's fine. Let's get some dinner. I must look like a delivery food driver, waiting for someone to give me the Uber Eats order.
It's always put it on new bra, and you see myself a new bra, and I got myself a black downstairs. Wait, is this not aftershave?
All right, I'm riding home now the same way that I came in. I'm gonna take the bike paths home, and I'm also gonna look for my rear light, see if I can find it. Really hope I can, but I think there's quite a low chance I will, because it'd be flashing and someone would see it and probably take it. Now but yeah, I really don't want to have to buy a new light, so wish me luck. Alright, this is very fitting, but what better way to end this little mini series than I just got caught up by the car mechanic, and they said my car is ready to pick up. So I'm gonna go and ride there on my bike. Now it's actually in an industrial area, so if I were to try and find my way there by public transport, it's a huge pain in the ass. So, good thing I have the bike. I've just gotten back home with my car, and I've had some time to have some self-reflection and think about what it's like not having a car and using the bike as an alternate. Does it look weird? It kind of looks a bit weird, I feel like. Alright, that's a bit better, a bit more stealth. Yeah, I feel like there's two sides to this. Number one is practicality, and number two is the cost side. So on the practicality, I feel like a bike is actually superior to a car in quite a few ways. So one, don't need to find parking. Two, super quick and easy to get around, especially if there's bike paths in the area. And just like the ease of use, you can just, you can just jump on and go. You don't need to get your keys and fill up petrol every now and then and all the things associated with the car. So the main reasons a bike is inferior to the car is there's scenarios where it's just impractical, and I've thought about them, and I think the top four are: one, you're trying to haul things which are too heavy for a bike, like you've got heaps of groceries, or for me, I can only do one dog at a time, I can't do two. Number two would be the terrain you have to go over is too hard, so it's too hilly, so maybe you can overcome that with an e-bike. Then another one would be like the distance is too far. So the next one is weather and environment related. So say for example you're riding at night, or you need to get somewhere late at night, you might not feel safe doing it on the bike, or say that weather conditions are really bad, like it's raining and there's lightning or there's snow. In that scenario, I think you definitely prefer the comfort of a car. Or say extreme heat and you need the aircon. Anyway, so there's environmental factors. And I think the last one, which is probably the most understated, is just feeling lazy. Sometimes, you just can't be bothered to ride the bike, especially if there's some hills and stuff you got to go up. Sometimes you might feel like you just want to hop in the car and hit the accelerator. So I think that's about the four things that I feel the main hurdles, the main limiting factors to using a bike over using a car. And I think for those reasons, it probably justifies having a car. Now, what I think is the best solution is if you are a two-car household, ditch one of the cars for an e-bike, like a Turn. That car can do all your heavy hauling and long distance trips, and then the Turn can do all your little trips to the shops, when you're going out for dinner, just somewhere local. Yeah, so full disclosure, over the course of the weekend and a day that I didn't have the car, I rode the bike 3 times, and then I think about twice I used the train and once I used the bus. So it's a good mishmash of public transport and using the bike. Now, this whole equation changes once you have kids, I know that. So I'm giving you this from the perspective of no kids, and having a very free and easy and flexible lifestyle. Anyway, I'm going to end the video there. Why don't you tell me in the comment section below if you've ever ditched your car for a bike, or maybe you're already doing this, so why don't you tell me what your experience is? I'd love to hear about it. Anyway, I'm going to sign off there. Thanks once again for 1,000 subscribers, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.